News strip down. News strip down. News strip down.
Welcome to News Strip Down, where I dig through the news and weed out all the nonsense so you guys don't have to. 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer is just BS, anyways. Today is August 3rd, today, you guys, 2026. Yeah, it's Monday, beginning of the week for anyone who it really matters to. It is 19 degrees Celsius. That is 66.2 degrees Fahrenheit to you guys down in the States. And let's start off with some birthdays. Today in 1811, Elijah Otis, inventor and elevator industrialist, founder of the Otis elevators, and also invented the catch lock system. So elevators, if the cable ever snapped, it would save people from just falling to their demise in an elevator. He passed in 1861 at the age of 49, tragically in an elevator accident. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't die in an elevator accident. And then today in 1856, Alfred Dinkins, he was Australia's second prime minister during the early 1900s, uh, being around for two world wars. Oh, sorry, not him, not two world wars. He was a prime minister in 1903 to 1904. He passed in 1919 at the age of 63. Here we go. This is the guy I'm talking about. Today in 1867, Stanley Baldwin, he was the prime minister three times in the UK during two world wars. He passed in 1947 at the age of 80. So yeah, didn't live too much longer after World War II. But that's interesting to be prime minister during two world wars. He's lucky he got the opportunity to do that. And today in 1887, Rupert Brooke, famous poet during the 1900s, he passed in 1915 at the age of 27. He is famously known for the poem The Soldier. And then today in 1900, John T. Scopes, infamous teacher known for the 1925 Monkey Tail incident, where he was teaching evolution in Tennessee, and people didn't like the way he was teaching evolution. Very religious amount of people, so that was pretty interesting. He passed in 1970 at the age of 70. And then today in 1940, Martin Sheen, he is 86 years old today, famously known for the movie Apocalypse Now in 1979. And then to the Sheen brothers, if you don't know, he's the father of the Sheens. And today in 1941, Martha Stewart's birthday is today. She is 85 years old today. If you guys don't know who Martha Stewart is, yeah, he definitely been under a rock. And she's been around. She's had her own TV show, own magazine, been to jail, embezzled money, hangs out with Snoop Dogg. And then today in 1951, Marcel Donnet, he's 75 years old today. He's a Canadian hockey player with 18 seasons in the NHL, with Detroit, LA, and New York, with 700 goals in his career. And today in 1963, James Hetfield, you don't know who he is. He's 63 years old today. He's the lead singer to Metallica. Metallica. Yeah, it's James Hetfield's birthday today. And today in 1977, Tom Brady is 49 years old today. He played for the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay as a quarterback in NFL. And then today in 1984, Ryan Latch, he's a famous American swimmer. He's 42 years old today. Back in the Rio de Janeiro Olympics, there's a little bit of controversy. They thought they were robbed from their Olympic medals. But it is what it is. He's a swimmer. I don't know. How far do you go as a swimmer? As far as the pool goes? So yeah, that's it for birthdays today, you guys. New strip down, 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer than that's just BS. Today is Monday, August 3rd, 2026. It is 19 degrees Celsius. That is 66.2 degrees Fahrenheit to you guys down in the States. So yeah, let's start off with some international news. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe here too. I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. So some international news here today. Romania's Jernavada nuclear power plant is being affected by low water levels. This plant has two reactors. Uh, these two reactors supply 1/5 of Romania's electricity. One of the reactors is completely shut down right now over safety concerns, and the second reactor is at risk of shutting down right now if the water levels don't improve. The Romanian government is planning on, well, actually has already started blowing up a diversion plan of water from the Danube River to get water to the plant to keep it cool. Yeah, just wait. There's more of this crazy stuff happening in international news. So here, let's put some puzzle pieces here together, you guys. So then over to Hungary. Hungary's Pack nuclear power plant is completely shut down right now for the first time in 44 years due to low water levels in the Danube River. Hungary's PAX plant has 4 reactors, and they are all shut down right now as I speak right now. And then over to Bulgaria. Bulgaria's Kozloduy nuclear power plant has 2 operating reactors, as 4 other reactors in the facility have been decommissioned. This nuclear power plant facility has managed to continue to operate on a scheduled basis by using its own bank pumps and coordinating water flows. So they're kind of doing water conservation. Okay, what do all 3 of these nuclear power plants have in common? They all use the same river. So if Hungary's having water issues here, obviously Romania's going to have issues here. But there's one issue right now, is Hungary's at the top of this river. Okay, they're having water issues. Romania is number 3 on this list, having water issues, trying to keep their nuclear power plants cool. But then there's Bulgaria. They're right in the middle of both of these nuclear power plants in the river. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. So with Bulgaria using some water conservation, they're still able to run their nuclear reactors fine. But there is quite a bit of heat crises happening throughout Europe, well, even US and Canada as well. Yeah, these heat waves are just devastating power supplies right now. And this is going to be some issues here because Hungary and Romania and Bulgaria, this is going to come down to whose water's what, and if Hungary's already reserving waters, Romania is blowing up new pipelines to get water to their reactors. I see some conflict happening between these two countries. Already, like Pakistan and India, already seeing issues like this when it comes to their hydroelectric dams and stuff like that, and getting water downriver. But this is it's the same issues happening when it comes to nuclear power, you guys here. And then over to France. France's Goldfetch 2 reactor is still offline due to continued heat wave and warm river temperatures. And these reactors have been shut down since June 22nd. This has been over a month, you guys here. And then also in France, the Bourget and the Nogent-sur nuclear facilities in France have also been subject to shutdowns and limited power outputs due to environmental concerns. And the environmental concerns they're having right now is the water they're using to cool the reactors, they can't put in the rivers and streams and lakes because they're already at maximum temperature, and temperatures in these lakes lead to algae blooms, toxic water supplies. So this is why they're holding back right now. So is nuclear energy a good way to be going right now? Starting to show their faults here, when it comes to water supply. And with all these data centers and stuff that they're building too, they're going to need water supplies. Wow, can you guys tell I haven't talked that much in a while? Sorry, I've been sick for a while, you guys. I'm just starting to feel better. And then over the United States, Holtec, a company based out of New Jersey, just got approval for four SMR 300 small modular reactors as they're doing final stages of decommissioning the Oyster Creek nuclear plant in New Jersey. And this is not to be confused with the nuclear power plant, the Palisades plant in Michigan, which Holtec is also working on right now. Holtec right now, they're mostly known for their nuclear fuel storage and decommissioning services. So, and with these, Holtec's got their hands in everything right now, especially a lot of revamping of, nuclear power plants that they want to have decommissioned. So, and with the delays that they're having right now, with the one that they're having in Michigan, projects, I was just talking about this the other day. It's already up to like 4 years, and they said that they would have it decommissioned in roughly two and start putting in new reactors by around this time. But with subject delays, when projects, I'm almost wondering if Holtec maybe bit off a little bit more than what they can chew, because investors right now are starting to pull out money, but yet they still have backing from U.S. Firms, well, U.S. government, grants and stuff like that. When it comes to producing, everyone seems to be wanting more power, and Canada and the U.S. right now are seem to be throwing money at the wall when it comes to nuclear power. But it would be nice to see Canada getting back into the isotopes, nuclear isotopes industry again. I know we were one of the leading producers in nuclear isotopes for quite a while there until we shuttered some of our plants down. And then some more nuclear news. Over to China. China has just approved 8 more nuclear reactors. 2 of these nuclear reactors are going to be in large versions of the Westinghouse AP1000s that they are calling the CAP1000 PWR. So yeah, it's going to be significantly bigger. 2 of these reactors are going to be significantly bigger. But yeah, all of these reactors are going to be built in pairs alongside of each other. And this is all done in coordination with the nuclear regulatory system. They're following the rules, but building this many reactors at once, it's this chicken or the egg thing, you guys. Are we gonna have enough supply when it comes to radium and fuel to be powering these nuclear power plants? And then again, clean water, and then not even so clean water. If you can't get rid of the hot water into these cool lakes, then you're going to start running into problems like what France is having, and then lack of water. Look at what's happening in Hungary, Romania. So we need to maybe take a couple steps back here and really take a look at, can we keep this sufficient? Because to just start up and shut down a reactor is not as easy as it sounds. And I've said this multiple times, but it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here, especially in the long term when it comes to fuel. You're definitely going to see radium price or nuclear fuel costs start going up, especially when it comes to just the raw precious minerals itself. And then back over, since I was just talking about Michigan, here's some Michigan news. The Michigan Supreme Court has just rejected permits to the Enbridge oil pipeline that would bring oil from Superior, Wisconsin, under the Great Lakes from into Sarnia, Ontario. Enbridge has been wanting to build this tunnel under Lake Huron, well, where Lake Huron and Lake Michigan tie in together. They wanted to build a tunnel there, running a pipeline there since 2023. But the reason the Supreme Court is throwing this down right now is because they're really just more worried about contamination, and if there ever was a spill, that would devastate the Great Lakes completely. Considering they are all attached together, and to have a major pipeline breakthrough there would be definitely detrimental to both Canada and the United States, and the wildlife, sea life as well. And that came down to a 6-1 vote. So yeah, with extreme prejudice, that came down to a vote. So it's going to be interesting to see what Enbridge is going to do here. There is talks that they want to reroute this, but the one pipeline that they want to do is roughly around, what is it, 5 miles. So to reroute this pipeline is going to be very extensive for sure, and very costly, obviously. Instead of just going point A to point B, you're going to be, jogging around the Great Lakes. And unless some other state wants to jog over and put something into the Great Lakes and supersede Michigan's Supreme Court, we could always see what's going to happen. But Enbridge, money talks, and that's what it comes down to. Maybe they just didn't pay off enough officials in Michigan on that 6-1 vote. Or Michigan, well, Michigan, yeah, the Gordie Howe Bridge. This could be a lot of things too. Just political tension between Canada and the U.S. could be another big part of why we had this 6-1 vote against that pipeline. I don't think it was just about environmental. They were planning on building a tunnel, so this would probably be a concrete encased tunnel, and then they could also access it at all times, for inspections and other things as whatnot. Oh, and back over the United States. Here's some lawsuit stuff here. So Capital One disclosed in a recent court filing that they closed hundreds of accounts linked to the Trump Organization in 2021 following an internal review that flagged financial activity that resembled money laundering. Capital One has just recently filed a request asking the courts also to dismiss latest complaints of complaints of Trump, saying that they had improperly closed over 300 accounts due to political bias following the January 6th attacks on the U.S. Capitol. I don't know, Trump's just throwing things out here, Capital One, U.S. Capitol, and what happened in 2021 and January 6th there. Capital One has all in their rights to do that. And same with banks. They have all their right and power to be able to do that. And they obviously wouldn't have done something like that if they didn't think that there was something fishy going on. That'd be like me using my credit card here and using my credit card in Winnipeg, 2 hours away at the same time. My credit card company would automatically just cancel my credit card or put a hold on it. Be like, well, you can't do 2 transactions at the same time. If my credit card company is willing to do something as just basic as that, imagine going through all of Trump's, accounts through Capital One, whether it's through his organization or through his companies. But yeah, and banks can do the exact same thing. And then Trump to sit there and say, hey, no, you can't say this about us. Well, they are, and it's happening. And then, yeah, some more lawsuits. So over 25 states are suing the Trump administration over global tariffs, as this is hurting the American companies who deal with foreign entities. So the extra 10 or 12.5% tariffs on goods from 60 trading partners. This whole America First and Trump trying to bring more jobs to the United States, this is hurting more people putting tariffs. It's hurting the American people putting tariffs on this. Yeah, it's hurting Canada too, but really, I think a lot of Americans could really put their hand up right now and say, is this tariff thing really working? And then, is it bringing more jobs to America? Is it, is it good for the American people? With what's happening in the Middle East right now with this oil nonsense, it's hard enough just going grocery shopping right now for some people, especially with these tariffs. Like, people are seeing it. Uh, and then having this oil crisis, and now there's going to be this energy crisis, and the way things are happening right now, this we're building all these nuclear power plants to just create more crisis later on. Like I say, we need to have some supply of fuel for these plants, and then if we can't keep them cool, then we're just going to have to shut them down anyways. So what is it? It's kind of a lose-lose situation until we sit down and figure out what's going to happen long term with these. Because when it came to building these first nuclear reactors in the first place, it was like, oh yeah, they're going to have a 30-year shelf life. Now some of these reactors are running like 40, 44 years. Like, you got to be kidding me, you guys. So I don't know. We really need to start looking forward to, like, what the next steps should be, and then where are we going to put all this spent fuel rod? Yeah, we have Holtec, but they can only get rid of so much spent fuel and repurpose some of this spent fuel. So yeah, that's really what it's coming down to, you guys. It's getting scary. We're trying to walk or run before we can walk here, and everyone seems to be okay with that. And I just see more problems building up here, and then we're gonna try and play this catch-up game, and there's no such thing as playing catch-up. It's pretty hard. But yeah, that's it for the news today, guys. There was some things that happened today in history, mostly Germany invading other countries during World War II, mostly Nazi stuff. And there was the Olympics with the 100-meter dash thing with, what's his name? Not Donovan Bailey. I can't remember his name. But yeah, he ended up winning the 100-meter dash. But yeah, that's it for the news today, you guys. I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. News stripped down, 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer than that's just BS. So I will be back for tomorrow's show, Tuesday, Monday to Friday. Yes, I'm here, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Only 30 minutes, you guys. So yeah, that is it for today. And if I don't see you guys, have a great week. Enjoy the weather. It's starting to cool off. Anyone smelling that fall air yet? Yeah, I know. Slop, slop. Shut up. But yeah, I'll see you guys for tomorrow's show. And yeah, I am out of here.
Now it's really stripped. It's absolutely stripped down. Now it's really stripped. News stripped down. News stripped down. News stripped down. News stripped down. News stripped down.